Tonight's episode is brought to you in part by Jegna Klub TV and Wilson's Pizza and Grill.
This from my pops, California coastlines, living out my real mind. Now it's really showtime, now it's how I draw a line. From the fake to real, that's how it feels when you multi. But let's not forget all of the giants I wanna stunt down. Scared that their positions can't be taken with a new sound.
What's happening, good people? I am, first things first, don't forget the coach, then comes Mo.
And I'm Jabrelle, Jenee.
And we're here with the Evening Social Podcast. Tonight, we got an exclusive, see what I'm saying, an exclusive interview, you know what I'm saying, I've been waiting on this for a long time. So, without further ado, I'm going to get into who our guest is. Now, she always get on me because I say, this is going to be different than the last. We ain't going to do this. But it's different every time.
Every time.
Every time it's different. So this one here ain't going to be no regular degular. This going to be some of that real official. Because tonight we got somebody who, and I'm saying this, nobody else has said this, but I'm saying this. We got one of the hip-hop founding members of KCK. You know what I'm saying? When hip-hop started, he was there in KCK. We got somebody that understands, you know, not just our history, but understands the purpose of what we're supposed to be and aspiring to be, and then has taken this to a different level. Now, most people want to create a source of income for themselves where they can work for themselves, which is entrepreneurship. So our guest tonight is the definition of entrepreneurship. Is the definition of taking skills and transferring them into creating income for yourself and your family. Our guest tonight is not, you know, I'm going to call them and say this not a one-trick pony. Our guest tonight has many skills they can do, and not just music. Not just from audio engineering, from being an artist, but also got graphic, producing, you know what I'm saying, writing, managing.
Talk that talk.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, look at that.
He look like,
you know
that is me.
And then, you know, I got to put this out here, you know, with all these skills, you know where it came from. Wayne got.
Oh my God.
Not just the county, but the high school.
Come on.
You feel what I'm saying? So tonight, you know what I'm saying?
We're dealing with the Dot Boys.
Dot Boys in the house. You know, I got to, you know, set this up for my guy, man. Appreciate him coming through tonight. We got none other than the icon, the legend, you know what I'm saying, my guy, the outlaw, Josie Wells.
Josie Wells.
Yeah, man. That's a great intro, man. I like that.
Nah, man, everything true, though.
You brought that in there.
Everything true, though.
Yeah.
I see your face. You was looking like, yeah, I did do that.
I done so much, so even I forget. So I'm listening too, like, okay, I did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Josie, man, I'm going to jump straight into a couple things. And the first thing I'm going to jump into is, if someone was to ask you, what is your profession, what would you say?
I'm an entrepreneur.
Okay.
That's it. Come on. You ain't going to try to define it.
Well, entrepreneur is the person that has a business,
Yeah.
many businesses.
Right.
You know, business is either goods or services. So I provide both.
I love that. I love that. Now,
We're going to dive into that because
yeah,
I got questions about it.
we
But
get deeper into it.
yeah.
You know, I'm gonna see if she asks her question and she's supposed to ask that she try to hide
I always
from
do
it
me
each
like
week.
that.
Cause you do. You try to hide from it each week. You like,
I told her, don't hold back, man. Come
That's
on.
what
I ain't gonna hold back.
Well,
So
don't
she
say
don't
that, cause she is.
She gonna get out there.
She got that.
It's just an uncomfortable situation, question for me. But I'm gonna ask you because I know the answer.
Okay.
Are you married?
I am.
Yes.
That's it.
Beautiful families.
Yes,
She
thank
don't.
you.
I believe in black love and letting it be out there. That and
Okay.
love. You know, she doesn't believe in black love.
What kind of love you believe in?
She believes in love.
Don't ask me questions.
I mean, you ain't gotta have a color to it, right? Love is love. It ain't gotta be black love.
But
Don't ask me questions in front of the people.
But you know, black love means you a black man and you have love. And
Yeah, we need more black families for sure.
Yeah, that's all it is.
We do.
You know, the color part is just saying that, you know, because a lot of times people don't think that we black have love. Like we don't show love. We don't have that. We don't have family structure. We don't. They think that because we rob. So that's why I sound like to always.
I was just watching this clip of Tank, and he was, you know, talking about how he didn't get opportunities, certain opportunities, or that black artists don't get certain opportunities depending on the music that they want to put out. And he was saying, you know, that Sam, you know, what's his name? Sam Smith can put out, you know, Please Don't Go or whatever.
Okay.
And it gets different spins than what he does because it's not our black power, it's our love. It's our love that they're afraid of. Black love. That feels
I mean, black love is a powerful thing. You gotta think most of the stuff that they have or have done have been from black people. And a lot of the stuff they have done and took has been taken from us while we have been divided. And so just imagine if we do come together, the magnitude of our creation and things we present to the world. Now, everything that the world uses has been presented by black people. From the comb to the toothbrush. So,
yeah.
You know, and that's when, you know, the system, the people want to keep you divided, because if you know who your true self is, can't nothing stop you, because you see God in yourself, not in the sky. And so that's something they don't want to happen, for you to see that creation, that power in you. They want you to believe that it's attached to something else. And you know, unity is force, and force is power. So if you can unify people, you're gonna be very, very powerful. And the force behind it can be great.
Listen, it's an inferiority complex.
So Josie, we gonna get into a lot of things, but right now we gonna move into one of our favorite segments. You know, fun questions. You know, and I ain't gonna lie, the word curveball, I ain't even let her know what I was doing today.
Listen, you see who got the curveball?
To you, not to our guests. You know, because that's how she do me. But what we gonna do today, man, is we gonna shoot out some things in Wyandotte County. Shoot out some names and some things, and I want you to tell us what first thing comes to your mind or memory that you got.
Just
a single word thing, or just
your memory.
I can add something to it. Okay.
When we shoot it out, I want you to give us a memory or something that you come up with that.
Oh, shoot.
That's so I'm gonna start off with this one. You know, I'm gonna say Fun Factory.
I went there as a kid, man. My mom first took me there when I was young, man, and then once I probably got in middle school, we went there every weekend. Fun Factory. And for kids don't know what the Fun Factory is, it's an arcade that was in Indian Springs Mall that's currently tore down.
If y'all know what Indian Springs Mall is.
We didn't have video games. Like, we didn't have Xboxes. We had Atari and Coleco or something. But we didn't have video games. So all the kids our age went to the arcade. That's where you hung out on the weekends, you know. So every Saturday we getting dressed, we going to Fun Factory. That's where you hung out. You took your $20 you got from your mama, auntie, grandma, whoever it may be, and you hung out with another 100 kids.
First of all, you know, if you had $20, you making it. You was doing a whole lot.
Yeah. You know, but to keep kids there, you're gonna need $20.
Be there all day.
That 10 ain't gonna work. You gotta get that 20.
You trying to get them tickets too?
Yeah.
Get them tickets so you can cash in and get that bag.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so nostalgic. Okay.
Yeah, so Fun Factory, great place. Legendary.
I don't know. I'm gonna say McCall's.
McCall's gas station. You know what, man? It's a crazy story I got about McCall's gas station. When I was a kid, we lived right across from McCall's. It's a field now. The house is gone. But we had a tornado there when I was a kid, man. Broke out all the windows, knocked over a few houses. Yeah, but McCall's, that's a legendary gas station.
Hey. Been
there since I can remember. I remember gas vividly looking at the sign. Gas is 88 cents a gallon.
They don't know nothing about
$8 now. When I was a kid, it was 88 cents a gallon.
Hey, $2, you definitely spending a block on it 2 times. You own it. I love it.
So let me hit you with this. I gotta say, Gary Wilson.
Yeah.
Gary Wilson, man, that is Mr. Wilson's legendary store. Actually, I knew his father when Gary was working in his father's store, Mr. Wilson, I remember vividly the first store they had was from where I remember was 5th Street.
Yeah,
right across from Gateway. It was a cab stand, a gas station, and then his daddy didn't like kids in the store. He was a mean man. You know, he would run you out, y'all here, get out of here, get that, you know what I'm saying? He was that type of store dude. He didn't like kids in there. But yeah, Gary Wilson, man, a good brother, great supporter. He always supported everything I do. He like, tag everything. So yeah,
I love it.
Well, you know, Mr. Wilson, man, is I say this, man, he heaven sent. You know what I'm saying? Because he lasted. First of all, you look at how much didn't last on Quindura and all that, but he's lasted. You know what I mean? But at the same time, he's been the same type of person this whole time, to where he breathed life into people, to where he talks. You know, Mr. Wilson used to talk to me so much, you know what I mean, to where, you know, you might be making them choices on a different side. He was on my head.
Yeah, man, he's a pillar in the community, man. Like, you know, he's helped so many people. He got advice, sponsorship, mentorship.
Don't he? He gonna give it to you all in one visit.
Just the love of, like you say, being there for 20 years plus, probably right there. You know, and that same building, when I lived by McCall's, was called Mr. Mason's Liquor Store. It was a liquor store.
Where he at now?
Where he at now?
Okay, because he used to be on the corner.
Yes.
He used to be on the corner at 18.
And you know, since this is a plug, you know, Wilson's Pizza.
Yeah, y'all go get Wilson's Pizza.
You got to get Wilson's Pizza.
Kansas City,
Oh man, man, come on! You heard what he said.
First of all, it's the veggie pizza that you want, baby.
See?
Oh man,
hey,
it's he.
That's
and
he.
So ain't nothing wrong with that.
Our episode is brought to you in part by Wilson's Pizza.
Hey, shout out Wilson Pizza,
You know
man.
what
Y'all go. Hey, Gary, what's up? Appreciate you. Shout out, man. Appreciate all the support over the years. He know my mom, everybody.
Oh, man,
so.
Man, my parents still going down there, you know what I'm saying, getting pizza and burgers and stuff like that.
I'll go down there, man.
Got to go to Wilson's.
You
know what I mean?
Go ahead, cause I got
So, I got to also say this episode is not only brought to you by Wilson's Pizza and Grill in part, it's also brought to you by Henderson Entertainment. You know, we got Tone in the next one.
Shout out Tone.
Shout out.
It was a story I was telling about Tone. I first met Tone at Klub Uptown through a partner of mine, B. Rich.
Yeah,
and
he
was like, hey man, we finna shoot up to Uptown. My cousin there, he working with LaFace Records. Cool, let's go up there, man. Got us in, greeted us open arms, you know, laid out the red carpet. So yeah, shout out to Tone, man.
Shout out to Tone.
Well, Henderson Entertainment, man. Love it, taking KC artists to the worldwide platform.
Yeah, man, he put in that work, man. A positive brother, great brother. Another story, we was in Minnesota shooting a video for my guy here, Jagged Edge with him. He, you know, he
pull up like it ain't nothing.
Pull up with Jagged Edge, you know, doing that 1-2. So shout out to Tone, man. You know what it is, KC.
Good stuff. Now, also brought to you in part by New Wall Street. It's an investment education community. You know, young brothers doing great things, teaching our community the investment, you know, the education of what to do with your money and stuff.
Get y'all ebook.
Now,
it's good.
Normally we don't do this, Josie, because that water don't, you know, do nothing with us.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna have you, because High V don't do no, we don't use to take that off.
Yeah, take that, y'all cut that right there.
And then also, Jegna Klub TV is on Roku now. So that's why the episode is brought to you about. Now, my next shot with our fun questions, because fun questions is brought to you by David Jordan's Drip Ultra Pure Water.
Okay.
Drip.
I just wanted to some Black Wall Street or something.
But you thought was one and two?
Yeah, I thought we.
You know, New Wall Street. That's
Street.
what they own. They teaching that. We gonna get to that, because you gonna talk about, you know, the difference in that financial that comes with music, and we're gonna talk about that. Okay. But I get a couple more things in, you know, in Wyandotte County before we go. You know, the pit.
Say it again.
The pit.
The pit.
Yes.
Barbecue?
No.
What?
Wyandotte High School Gymnasium.
Okay, yeah, the pit, man. Wyandotte Bulldogs.
Man,
what's the chant we had? B-U-L-L. V-O. What's the rest? go to all the games.
Josie, don't that joint.
Yeah, man, I'm there, man.
Yeah.
I'm at all the talent shows, the everything, man. I remember Wyandotte played Central High School from Missouri.
Yeah.
One of the biggest games
They're
ever.
good in there.
Yeah, and then I threw the party afterwards.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm literally Wyandotte rooted, man. Bulldogs for sure.
Yo,
That's what it is.
I wish that y'all know. First of all, Josie been so cool, so chill, professional, tip top. The whole time we been here, dead, and you getting talking about the dot though. now
I'm
I
from
see.
the hood now.
I see the vibe.
Come on, man.
You know, we from that now, but you know, we try to keep it, you know.
Y'all gonna do this one. I'm gonna do this one because y'all made me think about it when we were talking about Mr. Wilson. CNS.
CNS. That's down the street from where Mr. You know, you going way.
Come on, I'm gonna go. I'm
Yeah,
gonna go.
CNS, man. That's the stores you go to and get burgers from all the time.
Yes.
Like that, on the corner, right?
Yeah.
You go in there and get burgers and everything. Yeah, y'all trying to hit me below the waist. I'm going way back. Okay,
That's the
yeah.
first butter burger I ever had.
Yeah, butter burger,
Yeah.
fried tenderloin basket.
Yeah.
Come on, yeah. I mean, you talking about the big beer breaded onion rings, the ones you can't get everywhere. You know.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Josie, let's get into a few things, man, because we wanna know a little bit about, because we know that you know, music is something dear to your heart. But what I want to know is, when do you first remember catching the music bug?
Like I wanted to be in the music, do music.
Yeah.
Oh, I would say my uncles now playing in the band, man. I used to always go to my cousin's house. You know, as a young boy, you don't want to play with no girl cousin. You know, you want to go where the guys at, so they be down there playing music. And I used to hang out down there with my uncle. You know, he'd be like, "Yeah, sit over there, just chill." So I'm watching them do their thing. And I had came by there one time, man. They was recording. They had back then, you know, y'all probably younger, but they had a thing called a 4-track recorder. It was a cassette tape. You could record 4 tracks. And I seen a recording on that, and this is around the time when hip hop was taking off. This is 1990, 91. So this is when hip hop wasn't even on the radio yet. And so I asked him, I said, "Hey, can me and my friends come cut a demo?" He said, "Yeah, y'all come cut the demo," you know, because he wanted to do some hip hop, because they was doing blues, and he was hearing hip hop too. So we went and did the demo. I was like, I'm in the music business, you know what I'm saying? That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
And so ever since we did that demo, I just a spark for music, just like that. I guess they say at a young age you can get a spark. I definitely got it.
So I got that. Who was the demo with? Come on, I gotta ask.
Right.
Man, an artist by the name of Mr. Horribelli, y'all know.
Yeah.
They got a
spit that stuff.
song. A couple other my homeboys, Mr. Kata, Spruce Six. So yeah, like we was just young, man. You know, we was in 8th, 9th grade. We didn't, know nothing about making those songs. I don't even think we had no hooks or nothing. We just rapping.
Just rapping out here.
Just rapping. But that was my first introduction to like.
So about
I feel
8th
like
grade.
I wanted to do about 8th grade. I wanted to do
Okay.
music.
All right. So you got this music in 8th grade. Now you talked about your uncles. And then, so we're going to switch to something, and we're going to talk about the influence of your family.
Okay.
So let's talk a little bit about the relationship, mom and dad, in your life.
My dad wasn't really around like that. He came in and out, but I never lived with my dad. I never like my mom and dad never lived in the same house together, nothing like that. You know what I mean? But he was in my life. You know what I mean? So he would come through, he would do things. Now my mama was 100% supportive, you know, because my mama was a hustler, you know, because I grew up in the projects, Gateway Garden, you know, Section 8, government cheese, powdered milk, all that. And my mom used to do hair in the kitchen. So I come home from 4th, 5th grade, she doing Jerry curls. It's all women in the living room. You know, they doing they 1-2, had their drinks. And I, you know, as a kid, like, damn, you know, it's a party at my house. But she was doing hair. So she doing hair in the projects in the apartment. And so she was always a hustler. And so that definitely got a lot to do with my influence and support. So like, and she's always had cash money from doing hair. And there'd be times I come home from school, she'd be like, "Go up in that shoebox and give me $200," because she kept cash from doing. And so I got familiar with cash and you know, so kind of, you know. I can go on and on. You know, how long you want me to go on?
I want you to talk.
Yeah, but from my mom, like my mom was a hustler, so she was doing hair. I remember living in the projects. I remember when I got to probably the 5th grade, she came in the house one day, she said, pack your stuff, we moving. I'm like, damn, it was like, you know, now that I look back, we getting out the project.
Yeah.
I done made some money.
Yeah.
We finna get it, you know, but pack your stuff, we moving. So I'm like, damn, I gotta leave my friends and stuff. So we got in our first house. And at that time, she started working at Burger King, still doing hair at home, and going to hair school. And so once she got her hair license, she got the beauty shops and came into kind of money, you know.
Okay. Talk about the
my
hustle.
mom was a hustler.
Yeah,
she was a hustler. Like, you know, like I say, I'll be in, like, be in school, she'd call me, go get this money, go do that, you know, because she always had cash. Because she, you know, she done hair, she'd make $2,000 a day. And she'd be like, go give me $900, go put the, and the beauty shop was right down the street from my house. And it was all women, so this is 90s.
Well, what beauty shop?
I think it's called Coco's or something. You know, I'm in the 10. I don't remember vividly. Right? Yeah, it was on 18th and Washington. Oh, right there by the West Height. It said right across the street.
Like Salon Suites?
No, that's way before Salon Suites.
That came after.
And so all the women, it'd be about 5 women down there doing hair, and she'd always call me, come down and get this money, because they didn't want to get robbed. So I'd be going down there getting $1,000, running up the street to the house, putting it up for her. So my mama showed me the, you know, I always had that. So my mama did. So my first studio, like I say, we coming into hip hop. So now I'm in the 8th grade. I'm trying to get a studio because my uncle and them got their recorder. So I'm coming, I'm like, mama, give me the studio, give me the studio. That boy ain't buying no studio. So I just kept on. I need a studio. She's like, you know what? You bring some good grades and I'm gonna get you the studio. I said, all right.
Okay.
And so summer came, I had some good grades. And then what's crazy though, summer came, I had some good grades, but her and my auntie got in a car wreck. A dude came from the back of him, hit the back of the car, broke my auntie jaw, knocked the whole grill out. So my mom was like, wait, when I get this money, I'm like, what money? It's a settlement though. So she's like, I'm gonna get you a real studio. So as a kid, I'm mad, you know, I need it now, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But one day I came home from school and she gave me some money. She said, let's go get the studio.
I love that.
I love that, man. That's it. So how old were you when you got that studio?
16.
16? Yeah. Okay.
And so I was 16, got the studio, I got all this equipment in my house. My partner though brought the drum machine. He's like, man, let me get this drum machine. He wanted to get this drum machine. So he took his whole Hardy's check off the drum machine.
Yeah.
Come on with the Hardy.
And so, like I say, she done hair all the time because she never was home. So I have everybody at school in my house. 15, 20 guys in my basement. Like they doing hair, we in the basement with the studio. So.
First of all, it's crazy that you were so young with the vision. You could at least took the rapper off, but I just love that you had the vision and the perseverance. Do you think that early on that you really had an idea about what you wanted to do with the studio and your music and all of that, or it's just like this just seemed like what should be next?
Usually when you come into the love for music, you just do music. Like you don't know business yet. Yeah. So what I learned, there's 2 sides to it. Mm-hmm. That's the music side. That's I love it. I love the feeling, the energy. That's what I like to do. I like to be creative. So that's just that. I didn't learn the business side until later. So I think, you know, there's a love side for it, being creative. You know, and then there's how, if I want to make a living, how do I make money doing this? So that's the other side of it.
Okay. So let's since you brought that up, let's talk a little bit about that. First, I'm gonna ask a question that, you know, I'm gonna ask this question because I know with your history and music.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask. What do you think about the position of hip hop or music in Kansas City? You know, what do you think about that?
And when you say that as, what perspective? Do I like what's going on? Do I like artists or
just
business?
Really how you
I'm
feel.
saying
Kansas City hip hop. I love Kansas City hip hop. There's a lot of good artists out there. I think Kansas City got a lot of talent.
Let me change it. Let me change my question. Let me change my question now, because you right. That was a broad question. Let me get to more. Let me ask the question in the sense of, you know, artists being able to make it and maybe having to go other places to be heard and make it, you know what I'm saying, and then coming back, you know, so.
Like I said, kind of coming from the love part, to make a living doing music. Yeah. Music is equity. So when you do all these songs, you're building equity in your brand, your name.
Say that again now. I want to make sure they got that.
Like real estate.
Equity.
It's like taking a house and saying, I need to put a kitchen in there, upstairs, a new garage car. You're building equity. So when it's time for the money to come, you're prepared. Remember, luck is when preparedness meets opportunity. You have luck.
Correct.
But you need two elements to exist to have luck. So to make money, you got to know it's a business. You got to know that everything that if you're an artist you're doing can be written off on your taxes. You know what I mean? You got to understand your royalty points. So we can go broad into you know, how to make money from music, but you're basically building equity in your name. Artists make money off shows, merchandise, and some streaming, but streams don't make money. You do sell music, but you don't make money. Your money gonna come from your shows. You attaching your brand to something greater than music. Music is like a business card. Everybody make music. You got Boosie, you got Jeezy, you got like everybody don't make money off music. It's more the shows. It's the branding. What can I attach myself to get what they call it a check, right? So like, if you was to book a little Boosie, he don't sell records, he sells shows. So you gotta build your equity up enough to do shows. People gonna play your music, you gonna get streams. You gotta think Spotify only paying you 1/10 of a cent per stream. So 1 million streams, how much money is that?
Y'all gotta understand, a tenth of
and you can ask, you know, so for example, YouTube, 1 million views, how much do they pay you? $2,000 to $3,000. Right, so you're gonna need 10 million views to make 20, 30 grand.
What?
Now, if you can have 10 songs that's doing those views, now you're making 200-300 grand. So equity. So you need the bulk of songs because one gonna hit. All you need is one. Tone will tell you this. You just need one, but you need to create enough for that one to be found. Right. You can't give up, and that's when they say, man, just when I was finna give up, it happened because you need all these songs. Somebody say that's the one. And when they call it a hit, meaning it hit. It grew legs. It's a hit. So you need to keep building equity so you can't give up. So you don't really make money selling, you know, with music. Right. It's like a business card that's gonna get you the shows, the endorsements. You know, artists tour constantly. And they make a new song to be able for the promoter to call and say, hey, we need you in Detroit. We like this song. It's buzzing on the radio. Okay, how much gonna take you to Detroit? I need 30,000. Now times that by 10 shows a month, it's 300,000 a month. Now your streams probably making you 22,000 a month because you're only making 1/10 of a cent a stream. But shows is making you 300K. Plus the deal you did with Jenna TV on the endorsement for 100. And so that's the music business. Okay. Right. Okay. Anything else?
Man, no, I love it, man, because it was a game that was given out so they can understand, you know, how the music industry is. So we got a lot of listeners, you know, and aspiring artists so they can understand what that brings.
I kind of wanted to hear, though, with that question, about the climate of music in Kansas City specifically.
Yeah, Kansas City got great talent. Any artist, man, if you out there, you know, Kansas City, you got to put a lot behind your craft for people to notice you because there's so much competition, man. You can pull up your phone right now, somebody throwing a show with artists we ain't never heard of, trying to get out there. And it's all about you working hard to supersede them because it's still competition. It's like the football NFL. You got to get hot to be the one. And to do that, you got to be competing at the highest level because there's 1,000 people sitting in the studio right now saying they're the hottest one. As we have this interview, they're in Atlanta, New York, LA, they recording right now saying, I'm that guy.
I'm that guy, yeah.
Hey.
So
I'm that girl.
How do you know, you got to out-hustle that. You got to out-network that. You got to
out-market that, out-brand that.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's off
really
to the races.
Yeah.
If you want to be, it's off to the races. You know, you can't stop. So that's what you're dealing with. You gotta be able to momentum, and then it takes finance. You know, you got, man, it's artists I know that put their house up to become who they are.
We hear
They
so
sold
much.
their houses to have 500,000 so I can run around and let people know how great I am.
We've
I gotta
heard
book
that
hotels.
before that you gotta have the money to put behind yourself and your engine to get the notoriety, especially since, you know, and I don't know if this is unique to our city, but our own radio, right, is not necessarily a resource for you to do that. So you gotta have the funds to push.
I wouldn't really worry about the radio. If you got the funds to, I mean, like I say, you're competing against a lot of people.
Yeah.
Even if they don't got the money, you're just competing with space, because as soon as you post, somebody else is posting.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you outpost these so you don't be forgotten that quick? By the time I scroll, I done forgot what I seen.
Yeah.
So it's the money you need to constantly come back on the reel, you know, with the algorithm. See, all this digital stuff is controlled by an algorithm. You know, Facebook tells you, if you read the liner notes, you gotta post every 3 hours. You wanna be seen. Every 3 hours, you need to be posting to stay in the algorithm. Meaning, when I scroll, I see you right there.
Yep.
I don't see dude I seen yesterday. So it's definitely gonna take marketing for these young artists. But like you say, there's still a side that if you don't got the budget, you gotta be serious. You gotta be really in love with your craft, where the people can feel that passion and pain that you can beat somebody with a budget, because your music and what you're making is so genuine that they can hear it, they can feel it. You know, we know what music is. You know when you hear garbage, you like, next, that shit whack.
Yeah.
So if you don't got the money, your passion has to be through the roof.
Mm-hmm.
And you can do it without money, because people, oh, I like that. I ain't never heard of this. It's in the music.
Yeah.
So it's two sides. That's why bullshit, junk can sell.
Yeah.
Like, this is garbage, but it's marketing behind it.
Mm-hmm.
It's placement. And then something you hear good, like, why this ain't on the radio?
Yep.
Yeah. Gotcha. So let's get the history lesson.
Okay.
You started this studio. We got this studio. Got a studio. Your man got a beat machine. You know.
Okay.
And doing this. So where does it go from there? Because, you know, I was serious when I said it. Like, hip hop hadn't taken off. In
hip hop hadn't taken off.
It started taking off, and you were there for the beginning
Right.
of the people who was going. And we're gonna get into the next part. We're gonna get into that Duece 7.
Okay.
But I want to know, you got this studio. What goes from there?
Okay, so we get the studio. We really just recording
Who
at
was
that time. Me, Mr. Cotter, Mr.
Okay, there you go,
Horvella,
okay.
Spruce
Right.
6,
Okay.
Demo, man. All my guys from early days, just from high school in my basement. And so we didn't have no vision then. We just was recording. But I always made beats for everybody, different people, man,
Mhm.
you know, that would come through. And so the word just started getting out that this dude that got the studio that can make beats. So everybody was coming through there, you know what I'm saying? Not just high school kids, drug dealers and the street guys pulling up, like, you know what I'm saying? So I just got a name for always engineering, making beats. Cause I started DJing. See, I started throwing parties too. So while so while the studio going on, I'm throwing parties at the high school. I always threw parties after every basketball game.
There we go. Let's
So-
talk about
so,
it.
man.
Now we get to it.
Yeah.
Go to the
So
hustle.
so when Slago would play Wyandotte and the game let out, I got the party.
You got the part.
So we got the line from the gymnasium to the party.
Yeah.
So that's how I started making money early. Like I said, my mama taught me how to hustle. So she'd be at the party with me at the door.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like I said, I'm 16 making, $2,000 a night in high school off a party, So I always do the parties. So we really wasn't big on like the studio. We was there, we was recording, but like I said, I went in the music business.
Right.
Now the music business came with my guy Perry. Like I'm saying,
there we go.
So my guy Triple P was like, bro, we need to start this record label. And my homeboy Moan. If y'all know who Moan is, they used a record store on 18th and State Avenue called Keeping It Real.
Yeah.
So that's who Moan is. Him and Mike B on that.
Might be, yeah.
And so me, Perry, and Moan came up with Third World Records. And so the first project we dropped was Scandalous Kansas, right?
Okay, now you dropping that.
Right.
You dropping that history.
So from high school, I'm just crafting mending, getting myself right as a producer. You know, everybody's coming through, we just playing. But when I met Perry and Moan, they're like, let's do this compilation. We got all these KC artists. We got this equipment. Let's do it. And so we got all, you know, Money Mike. Man, Money Mike, Nappy Head Assassins, T Minus, McClarity. This was a bunch of guys from the hood, man. And we did the tape, we put it out, it started buzzing, right? And so one time, we got a call from St. Charles. And if y'all know who St. Charles is, that's E40's uncle. He owned a label called Solar Music Group. And they called us like, we want to distribute this album. He's like, okay. He's like, we're going to send a contract over. So they faxed us over this contract. But we never signed it because we didn't know, you know, we like, huh? You know what I mean? So we never signed the contract. So the Scandalous Cans was just a local tape that went around, and we didn't really know the business. But they did give us the offer. So then we get into, like I said, I'm still doing it. I'm still making music. My guy Perry go to the feds. So we kind of lose Third World because they kicked in and the studios in the house, so they kind of go away. But I'm still doing music. You know what I'm saying? I never had the money at the time to buy my own equipment like that. You know what I'm saying? So boom. So I'm still doing music. And Tiny, this is my guy Anthony Hill, he called me one day. He like, bro, they looking for you. I'm like, y'all looking for me? I'm like, yeah, man. Dante and them looking for you to come on 27th Street. They want to start a record label. They gonna come pick you up. Where you at? I think I was on 13th in Washington somewhere. So Dante and them came and got me like, yeah, bro, we heard you do music. We want to start this label, man. We want you to do the beats, you know. And that's how Duece 7 started, right?
Yeah.
7.
You want me to keep elaborating?
Man, keep going.
Yeah, so
this is the history. People need to understand the history of hip hop.
Okay. Yeah. So we started Duece 7. We producing the album, everything. You know what I'm saying? And these boys got bread. You know, if y'all know Be Richmond, they playing with probably $500,000. You know what I'm saying? So they get the whole house knocked out, remodel the house, everything. So we take a house, put the whole studio in, the living room, all that shit gone. Just you walk in, you turn one room, the whole house is studio.
Yeah.
You know, so we hired my pops to come do that. My pops come in, boom, knock out, build a whole studio. So the first album we dropped was the Hustler Files, right?
Yeah.
And that's with B Rich, Gaddafi, Fireboy. Everybody's on the album, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we dropped the Hustler Files, and now this is probably my introduction to the music business when I knew you could make money.
Yeah.
So we dropped the Hustler Files. We buy an ad in what's the magazine came out of the damn Bay? Murder Dog.
Murder Dog? Yeah.
We buy an ad in Murder Dog. Phone start flooding. Everybody called. When did our distribution deal? So the deal we took was with a company called Bayside Distribution out of Oakland, California. So they called us, hey, we want y'all to come out, we want to meet with y'all, we want to fly y'all out, we want to do this deal. And we like this Hustler Files. I think we was at like 10,000 copies at this time. This in the streets.
That's what I'm about to say. Cause
we pushing it.
Yeah.
Like, so we in the streets probably 10,000 copies, physical CDs, like we, And so they called us, like, we want to fly out, do this distribution deal. Richie was like, well, I can't go, because Richie was kind of running the Duece 7 operation. I got to stay here, you and Yellow go. I'm going to keep this shit going, y'all gonna do the deal. I'm like, all right, bet. When we fly out to Cali, we in Oakland and shit, we get there. So the first day we get there, they're like, we having a problem. The lady y'all supposed to meet with, she ain't here. So we think they bullshit. It's like, but they done bought our room and all that. Like, y'all shut the hotel. It might be tomorrow morning or something. So we kind of like, man, they playing, what they doing? But anyway, tomorrow morning come, they send an escort, they take us out to the distribution plant. So we walk in the distribution plant, they print up all the CDs. This is where they make the CDs. They print it. The plastic come out the, machine. And so we're like, damn, this is the real deal and shit. Asian lady come get us, walk us up to the dudes. 2 Mexican guys. So we go up. It's like a warehouse. You know how you go upstairs in a warehouse, they got an office up there.
Yeah.
So we go up there in the boardroom and shit. Do like, yeah, man, we like everything y'all got going on. We see y'all run an ass, man. We want to distribute the project, everything. We're like, all right, bet, let's do it. And they, okay, we're going to give y'all $7 out of every $10. So y'all going to make $7 out of every 10. They going to keep 3. Hey, let's do a deal. When we do the deal, no cash advance or nothing, because it's just it's called back then, what they call it pressing and distribution. Y'all make the music, we press it and distribute. Y'all send the artwork. We're gonna make the cassettes, the everything. 4 months later, they went out of business. And not just us. They had Mac Dre, Music, E40. This is a major distributor. Bayside, you know, if you can do a search, Bayside distributed, you know, to everybody. Anybody too short, everybody.
Right.
Yeah, so they went out of business 4 months later.
Man.
Alright,
So did y'all get any albums out?
Man, we went back to the streets. So
What y'all
any
know?
money we had made with them, we lost it because they, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so what did happen was we kept working back to equity. Like, fuck that, we gonna, you know what I'm saying? We hustlers, you know what I'm saying? We gonna get out the street.
Yeah.
So we get out the street, then we do another album, my album, the Alijah Josie Wells, right?
There we go.
I get C-Note from Body Boys and Be Legit from Sick With It on it, right? And
Talk that.
Right,
You
that's
know,
what
be
I-
legit.
you know, so I got
Let's go.
man, a shout out to C-Note Body Boys, man, H-Town, and Lil Flip, man, all them boys,
We
man.
gotta get to Lil Flip now.
You know.
Come on, you know that's coming
So
up.
we dropped the Alijah Josie Wells. We trying to get another distribution deal because distribution deals is gravy. Like they gonna print up all these copies, they gonna distribute all these stores. So
And
you
y'all
want
ain't
to
got no overhead with that, right?
No overhead.
It's just, this is
They
like
gonna
what
pay
they
for
would
it
consider
all.
drop ship
You just
nowadays.
gotta make the music, pay for the ads,
Yeah, that's
right?
dope.
So C-Note's like, hey man, come to Houston, bro. I'm gonna hook y'all up. Shout out to C-Note. So I come to Houston. C-Note like, man, I'm finna go ahead and get this deal with Southwest Wholesale. I don't know if you ever heard of Southwest Wholesale. They distributed everybody. They had 3 headquarters: LA, Miami, and Houston. So I'm gonna get y'all this deal. So we walk in Southwest Wholesale. I'll never forget it. They had a heavyset guy named Gary who wore glasses. And it's kind of like the NWA video when the Jerry Heller sitting behind the desk. But anyway, he like, yeah, man, like what I got going on. I want to give y'all this thing. Man gave us a check for $10,000. That's when I learned the music business. I'm like, okay. He like, we're gonna print up so and so many copies. This is what your potential is to make, and so we're gonna give you this right now. So he gave us a check $10,000, took $10,000 back to KC, and we was getting $7 out of every $10. You know what I mean? So we made money on that deal. We made some money on that deal. And that's my introduction into the working of the music business.
Okay. So you got this Duece 7 going on, this record, this company is coming, it's moving. You are starting to build relationships, because that's what the key is. What I'm hearing you say is the relationships that you've been building is what got you to in front of these people and that. So now I gotta ask you, you know, let's talk about that Lil Flip relationship. You know, that Duece 7 had.
Lil Flip, how I first met Lil Flip was through C-Note. See, remember, I knew Flip when he won Flip.
Right, correct.
He was with Botany Boys, just the homeboy chilling. So back to Dante. Dante is the one that got me with Duece 7. He ended up opening a record store in Indian Springs Mall called Real Records, right?
So
Dante opened up Real Records, right? And we have C-Note, the Botany Boys, and them come and do an in-store. Back then, you would do an in-store. You come in a record store, you bring all your stuff, and we bring the crowd in. You sign autographs, we playing your music, so we do an in-store. So they came and did an in-store. Flip was just chilling with them, right? And so that's my first time meeting Lil Flip, you know what I mean? And so I had a relationship with C-Note, we did all that, and we had went to Houston again, because I was going to Houston a lot, because Houston was where it was at this time, so I was going to Houston a lot. So we went to Houston again, and this is when Flip is starting to buzz. He just dropped Leprechaun, you know what I mean? So I met his Uncle Hump, because I still did beats. Even though I was a rapper, I always produced. So they wanted some beats. So like, come by the studio, I want to get some beats from y'all, right? And what's so ironic, they didn't get the beat from me, they got it from somebody else I brought with me.
Okay.
My homeboy Kane, they ended up, because we both had beats, so they ended up getting it from him. But anyway, it built a relationship with me and Lil Flip. Because he's like, man, next time I come to Kansas, we gonna do our thing. So we brought him to Kansas, brought the show, and you know, I'm married since then, you know. And like when I was in Houston, I stayed with them all week. Like his Uncle Hump had the mansion. His Uncle Hump was the one that put all that energy into Flip. Flip didn't live with his mom and dad. He lived with his Uncle Hump. And so when I stayed there, man, open arms, man. I stayed with them boys probably like 8 days out there.
That's love.
Lived with him, everything. Then when he came here, we had our hotel rooms together here when he was out here for a week.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, that's my guy.
Flip, they used to spend time here.
Yeah,
he spent time.
He was here.
Yeah, if y'all don't know who Flip is, y'all gotta look up Lil Flip, man.
Lil Flip, man, Leprechaun came in multi-platinum, man.
Yeah.
I was on, I was with them when Sony called. Sony called them. Now, it wasn't Sony, it was another label. I ain't gonna say the label. I'm just saying Sony because that's who he really did the deal with. But it was another label called trying to get a man 20,000, man. And he already making, he's selling 200,000-300,000 copies. So, know your points.
Is that with distribution or still? Because even still at that time, I mean, y'all out the trunk with CDs, man. That's
now, this
how
is
you
split
got
though.
them.
This is like once you start making $300,000-$400,000, the label should be coming to you at least $1 million plus. You're already making half of what they offer.
Right.
So if they willing to build their equity with you,
Yeah.
And then that's not a lot of money in the music business, $1 million.
Yeah. All right. Boy, we got a little history lesson.
I know.
How things started, because what a lot of people don't realize is, the map was set with Duece 7.
Yeah, Duece 7, man, like Duece 7 was probably, one of the biggest in Wyandotte County to do it, man. Duece 7 was basically a crew of go-getters, man, hustlers. You know what I mean, from the streets that came together to do music and just make it big. But you got me, Yellowbone, B Rich, Dante, Fireboy, man, I mean, we had so many guys because we was hustlers. So we got the pack. You know what I mean? So and so. And that's kind of how the downfall of Duece 7 happened, man, because you got fans coming in.
I was going to ask you about that part too. But
so to any artists out there, anytime you mixing real street shit with music, and you really living that, you gonna draw the attention that you don't want. And things are gonna happen. It's gonna be gunplay. It's gonna be violence, and that's just gonna tear your whole thing down because now you got. These people in your business that don't care about the music, they look at y'all as like a young thug got a Rico. We probably was looking at something like that back then, didn't even know it.
Yeah.
Because we throwing the parties, we hustling, so that was the downfall. Bringing the streets into your business is gonna be the downfall every time.
Because that was the first blueprint of like in Wyandotte County. That was I say this out and I say Duece 7 was Rockefeller Records. In the dot. Like that was the first like real cats that was from the hood, from the doing stuff that made the transition to go and start actually really doing music. Some people do music and do that, but they was actually going on shows, tours, like going and doing stuff.
I always.
But back to the money, we had the finances to facilitate that look too. So money with the music can facilitate the budget. But that's all the budget is. But go ahead. You gotta have a budget.
No, I mean I really was just gonna ask about mindset because I always just be wanting to know, like you got the traction, right? Y'all been hustling, man, connecting the dots, networking, collaborating. And making history. Did it feel like that at the time, right?
Yes,
because then when you talk about street stuff coming into it, why did that mentality
So the
catch
first
up?
part of your question is, did it feel like, yes, it felt like success, it felt like we popping, it felt like all that, but there's a great quote that say, too many cooks spoil the soup.
Yeah.
So when you got a bunch of because some people attached to your uprising ain't necessarily there for that.
Right. Right.
Right? It's just like being in the streets. Some guys that hang out at the spot ain't hustlers.
Right.
But they there. So you know what I mean? So it was a great thing. The streets came in, a couple of violent things happened. People came in and it's over. It's too many cooks can spoil the soup. So what should have happened was artists stay artistry and separate the street guys. Once the momentum is there, it's time to say, hey, we like y'all putting in this work, we like everything, but we can't attach that to this no more because now we get into the light of these people. We got eyes on us.
You gotta understand the opportunity.
When do you transition?
Right.
I mean, Young Thug facing the same problem. No transition. I got all this money, but I'm still toting heat. I'm too attached to that. So, you know, too
How old did you say that? Don't be too attached to it that you can't elevate. You know?
So,
How you recover.
Josie, I'm gonna ask you that. That was 20-something years ago.
That's right. It was long. And we was young. We didn't know it all. Then we young.
Yeah. But now, 20-something years later, you still in music.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how did you stay relevant and stay in
And
music?
recover.
Because you're not just trying to do it. You are in music. Got your own company. You're doing stuff. So
I love doing music, man. Like I love doing music. I love being creative. I love helping people be creative. Like I say, when I was young, and got that spark. It was the truth. It wasn't always about money.
Right.
It was my love for this is what I do.
Yeah.
Now money gonna come with it. Yeah, I'm gonna get it. And then once I learn how to make the money, I'm gonna stick to doing that. But my genuine love is for music. And I just think if you really believe in something, you passionate about it, money gonna come. You know what I mean? So I just was passionate. And then one day I was working with this guy named Ray Rilla. And he was like, man, he had done about 7 or 8 songs in my studio, good guy. And this guy he ain't writing nothing down. But anyway, he was doing this particular song, like, I need a female on there. And I was like, who you gonna get? So I'm calling my girl Lulu, she gonna get on this. And so me kind of reconnecting with Lucy Luciano kind of brought me back on this side of the music. Because I always in the background, I own all my publishing from all my albums, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I'm cool in the sense that I can play the background, throw shows, but when he brought Lulu through and she dropped a verse, and I said, man, she got it, and that just kind of sparked me into us sitting here right now, back in that journey of music. So
Okay. So with that said, what we gonna do right here is we gonna take a quick partnership break, and then we gonna bring, because you brought. You know what I'm saying?
The one and only Lucy Luciano.
Yeah, we brought her here, so let's bring her out. Let's talk a little bit about that and move into that journey and do that. So we're going to take us a quick little partnership break, and then we bring Lulu, all right? All right.
Tonight's episode was brought to you in part by Wilson's Pizza and Grill and Jenna Klub TV. Our Facebook Live broadcast was brought to you in part by New Wall Street. Our musical guests are brought to you in part by Henderson Entertainment. Our live audience giveaways are brought to you in part by The Royals. Our venue partner is the Elegant 1739 Gallery. Our clothing partners are Truth, The Reason, and Brainiac 91. Our beverage partners are Drip Ultra Pure Water and Sweeties Teas.
All right, so we just talked about, you bringing up Lucy Luciano, and now here she is with us. All right.
Welcome.
Okay, big Lucy, not little Lucy. Okay. Yeah, okay. We won't get you confused.
I'm gonna let you slide, but now you know.
Thank you. Let me
Big show up to show out, big talker.
Let's
Come
do
on.
that.
You know?
Let's do that. Okay, here we go. So, Joe,
Yes.
we need one of them.
Especially when y'all get to know me, you're like, yeah, we need one of them just for her.
Girl power always try to slide through.
See, I said back there.
All day.
Yeah, it's okay. That's why I had to make sure we was in between.
Oh, is that
Yeah, that was okay.
Trying to break with us.
So talk about meeting Lucy. Talk about that.
The first time I met Lulu, aka Lucy Luciano.
Okay.
That's what they call Lulu. But the first time I met Lucy really was through Ray Rilla, was an artist. He was doing some songs in my studio. He needed a female feature. He was like, I know somebody that, it was a good song and it needed something real, He's like, I know a female can come get it. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I got a female that's gonna come do it. So she came through. She wrote it all. She, the delivery punches on time. And I said, man, she got it, man. And I thought I'd never, worked with a female artist before. And so I told her to come back one day. I said, come back to the studio and let's do some work. And that's kind of how it began.
That's funny.
Did you know that?
Now,
I never knew he didn't think he would ever mess with a female
Right,
artist
like
before.
that he
Nope.
did, yeah.
That's funny. So yeah, I did that. Changed his mind, Came through.
I see
Talk
that.
my shit.
What's that song?
I did though, y'all.
What's the name of the song?
The name of the song is Strippers and Scammers.
Okay.
Ray Willer featuring Lucy Luciano.
Okay.
Yeah, we did that.
So now, let me. I gotta bring this up because most people don't know this, so we gotta tell you. So you made a transition from Kansas City to
Minnesota.
Oh, right.
Okay.
to Minnesota.
Right.
So when did that happen?
I really didn't transition because I still do stuff in Kansas
Well,
City.
you
But
do.
I moved from Kansas City to Minnesota maybe, from 07 to probably 2013, I was kind of back and forth. But
Okay.
officially probably 2012, 2013.
Okay.
It's like this one would be it.
Was
I
there
was
anything
finna
in
go to
particular
San
that
Diego
moved you?
first, huh?
Was there anything in particular that made you move to Minnesota?
Yes, my current wife. No, not move there, but it's something that made me
okay.
stay, which is my current wife. So I met her. I said, I'm
It's
staying.
the black
so.
love.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. So now, so we can understand the current time bringing Lulu in. This is in Minnesota.
I met Lulu
You worked with her.
2018,
Yeah.
Okay.
19 maybe.
Okay.
Right.
And are you from Minnesota?
You could say that. I'm
Nah,
raised
you ain't
there.
gonna
I'm born in
say that.
Colorado,
Where you
but
from?
I'm
Okay,
raised in
born
Minnesota.
Colorado,
Okay.
raised in Minnesota.
Yeah.
So Minnesota by way of Colorado.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So she come through. You hear that she got that, and
Right.
now you say come back and work. So now, Lulu,
Yeah,
what are
it's
you
crazy.
thinking? What are you thinking when he says
I
come back
think it was
and
dope,
work?
y'all. First of all, because y'all gotta think, like, I've been doing music for a long time, you know?
Okay.
So it's a lot of people that I didn't ask to get behind me, you know, that I expected to get behind me, you know. I met this man one time dropping a verse and he like, yeah, let's go to work, you know? So that's
can-
dope to me.
What is the business relationship?
This is my manager.
He's your manager.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Official.
So now I got to ask you a couple questions. We're gonna X Josie out for a second. We're gonna get to you. All right.
Yeah.
So when did you start your
Doing
music?
music?
Yeah.
Woo. Probably like 2012
Okay.
2012.
type, yeah.
And
Okay.
how did that journey start? Like, what
I've been through a lot in my life, you know,
Mhm.
so like I just look this way, you know, my life ugly though, you know, so it's easy for me to talk my shit on the beach, you know, like I ain't really too expressive, I ain't too friendly, you know, I don't talk too much, but when it comes to music, I'll put all that shit on the beat and
Yeah.
Y'all
And
hear
let
it.
it go.
yeah.
It's like it's therapeutic.
Yeah, therapeutic as hell. Yeah, because I ain't really get to go to the therapist situation. That didn't work for me. I ain't try it because, you know, but this is what works for me.
I understand. Now, we're going to have to get a cameraman, come on, because y'all got to see what I see. Y'all see this beautiful on this leg over here. Y'all got to get the camera and see
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Take that beautiful.
Talking about some,
Yeah, what's going on? They got to see that. You don't see that beautiful
I'm hilarious.
over there. Okay. I had to make sure we seen it because they got to see it.
Because you see you admiring it.
Yeah, I'm admiring that. I'm like, yeah, there we go. So now, getting back. So you started this music. You were in Colorado or in Minnesota?
No, I started in Minnesota, yeah.
Started in Minnesota?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you started in Minnesota, how did you start though? You started, you know,
with my
so what
brothers.
were you doing? Okay.
Oh, like, and it's so crazy, just on some little bullshit around. My first song, y'all, was like 50 bars, no hook. I didn't even know what I was doing. I was just writing and didn't stop. Just
Okay.
put it on the beat.
Listen, I know some young
Okay.
rappers that
Like,
do
for
the same
real?
thing.
What? I didn't know how. Y'all, when I first started, I used to have to punch in after every bar.
Yeah.
Like, now,
Okay.
that shit easy, you know? Like,
Who
it
told you
takes
to
time.
stop?
It's really
Did you
time.
just rap to the end of the rap?
Yeah, until what I wrote. Nobody told me to stop.
Who told you to stop?
They ain't tell me to stop because they
Just rap
know
the
they
whole-
can't tell me to stop. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
Yeah, you know? Because it's not like it was no weak shit, you know? I was talking my stuff. So,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, hold on. I was spazzing.
Okay.
But now I know the concept
That's the
of
same way I
hooks
feel.
and, you know,
Yeah, you understand.
bridges and shit.
You understand how to
gotta
make
it
a song.
Yeah,
And
you
go
gotta
from
make
just
a song.
rapping to
Yep.
making the song.
Go from
and
a rapper to an artist.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, I like that.
True story.
I got that.
Yeah.
So now let me tell you something. Let me ask you something. What do you like more? Do you like making the music or performing the music?
Woo! I love
I'm
performing.
saying performing. She look
I had
like
to
a
ask.
I knew that. I don't see
Cause
that.
Lucy,
I can't wait to
look
see
like a
tonight.
performer.
I act ass on stage, y'all hear me?
Okay.
I love performing. Writing is like more so of tapping into my thought process, you know, like, and I'm an overthinker, so, you know, it's creative, but when I'm on stage, I get to, like, show what I'm saying, you know, like, I'm real, yeah.
Right. No,
Okay.
I don't dance or nothing, I don't twerk, I don't know how to twerk and stuff, y'all.
So-
I'm a little more on the
I ain't gonna-
thuggish side,
I ain't
but
gonna say nothing.
What?
I was trying.
Oh, okay.
I was trying, but the way you said it was like I was doing an alright job, though, so. Ooh, I might throw that in.
Yeah, they throw that in there. They don't like that. They don't like
At
that.
the time that you met Lucy, what was your concept for where you were going next, right? Like, did this spark a new career path for you too?
But nah, cause I always done music, so like I say, I got like 7 albums myself,
Yes.
and catalogs and public, so I always done music. But I was more on the back end. Like I ran the studio, so I
Right.
done engineering recording. I wasn't like actually looking to actually make any records anymore to be like signing an artist. But sometimes you see some of the people, man, you be like, you know what I know what I can do, and you jump out there and say this could work. And it was just one of the moments where
So is this the first artist that you managed?
no.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking. Like,
First big dog, though.
Yeah, like Lucy, the
First big dog. For
and
sure.
I manage a bunch of artists in my Duece 7 days, but I think like what we got is genuine. Like this is true work.
Get that
Yeah,
out.
this
Yeah.
different. I ain't gonna hold
This
you.
is
I
true
didn't-
work,
I
like,
ain't
You
gonna
know,
hold you.
this is real work. She's dedicated, man. Like
I probably get on his mind. He probably get on mine.
some of
but,
the
you know,
bars and
That's
stuff
when
she
you really
come
know
up
each other. You
with.
know, you get to know each other. It's not just
Yeah.
business no more. You know,
Yeah.
family.
Like you
family.
slow, Lulu. Move fast.
What? Be on my ass. I'm with this.
You know, so it's
I'm
you know,
like
we
my
still
own
go
funeral,
through that
though.
because that's any business relationship you gonna
Yeah.
have,
Yeah.
and you need that still.
I've been being
still
better.
sharp
I've
as
been getting
steel.
better these last
Yeah,
two
she
times. I
been
done
on
showed you. I done did good.
No, but she got true talent, and so when I heard it, man, it's just like I work with a lot of artists. I done made a lot of songs, so as an engineer, you know when you hear it.
Yeah.
You know when somebody walk in there if they got it, if they don't, or if they in the middle.
Yeah.
right.
And she got it. Like,
How
she
long
been
have y'all been working together?
going to
What was that? Yeah.
Since 2020.
Y'all been putting this
It's
together.
Yeah, since 2020.
Okay.
And literally been working since.
Yeah.
We dropped I did the feature and then we started working. Literally.
Yeah, she got a new album coming out called Hated by Many.
Okay.
It's done. Got a feature with Lazy Bone, AC the Chemist.
Come on, tell it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, so that's a jewel we finna drop. Her
Yeah,
feature
okay.
with, you know, Lazy Bone, multi-platinum.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I'm just waiting on her to give me a release date.
I know, I've been thinking about that.
Lucy,
but the
come
album
on,
done.
release
So
date.
do you have a release date? Do we get to get that on the Evening Social Podcast?
Yeah, it's okay because I've been thinking hard because I want to drop it in March, you know, sometime in March. And there's only like a few days that is real big to me in March. You know, like, so I'm trying to decide because one's like a real big sad day, but then one's a real big good day, you know?
Yeah.
So I just need to think. It's coming though.
Okay.
It's coming in March,
It's
though. She
coming.
already said it, so it's coming this
March
month. You
coming.
know, that's this month, though, right?
Yeah,
so-
You know that.
Yeah, I know it's gonna drop. We're gonna drop it.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm definitely ready.
So now this is a question that I gotta ask both of y'all.
Okay.
And first, let me say this before I ask the question, so you understand what I'm asking. With any ship, relationship, friendship, whatever it is, there comes an understanding of each other and gotta learn each other.
Here you
Because
go.
that's part of the here I go.
God, I feel like low
You
key
talking to her now.
underneath-
She must have
That's,
felt
you know,
that her way.
Ah,
Go ahead.
see, you know, just,
I'm
I mean,
hollering.
listen, I would just say you got on some Jordans. If they fit, you know, put them on. No, I'm just saying.
I'm wearing them.
Oh, okay.
They been laced up.
I'm wearing them.
But I want to talk about, you know, because one of the biggest things that I believe, and the Jegna Klub stands for is relationship building,
Yeah.
network. You know what I'm saying? Understanding to put the people in your network, and then how do you maintain a relationship? So what I want to ask to you all is, how would you say the relationship has grown? Because it started, like you said, it started from being on a feature, you know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, you like, boom, oh, come do some work. And then it goes from that to
Now I know his
managing and family, and you know, so explain to me, like, how how has the relationship grown?
It's grown, you know, huge as far as our relationship, but you know, we know what the role is, what the task is,
Right.
you know, and so we just execute it
Respect.
like that. Like it's
respect.
it's not hard, you know what I'm saying, if everybody know what they gotta do.
Yeah.
As long as it's
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we just keep hitting it like that. And you know,
And
we
we
got
both got the
people
same
around
goal
us
in
too
mind,
though.
you know?
Like she got a team,
So-
her family, I got my team, my wife, my business partner. So and we all correlate. So you see them here, you know, you see her audience, and so I
And
think
they
we're
came
just
through
feeding
big for
off
y'all
each
today.
other.
Yeah, so
Yeah, we
we
did.
did.
So we just
Definitely
feeding off each other.
down here, a couple cars deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the relationship is just built on, you know, trust and transparency.
Yeah.
Just keeping it real. Hey, I need you here, you're gonna be there. Boss man, can you do this or you can't?
I like trust and transparency.
Trust
That's what
and
I like.
transparency.
That's what I
Yeah.
wanted to get
So,
to.
you know, you got some trust and it can be transparent as to what's going on, why it's going on, and how it's going on.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Can't
easy.
nobody feel like that, oh, I got played or not. Everything is there.
Yeah.
And then good relationships are built on, you know, coming together and meeting and talk about things. Remember, successful companies have board meetings because they have problems too. So we got to call a board meeting so we don't let this thing fall apart. You know, but us as a people, sometimes the temper overrides.
Josie, I hear you with these board
Uh-huh.
meetings.
You know, so you know, you call your team back to the board. Y'all reorganize and go execute.
I gotta mess with it sometimes. You
Gotta get in the board.
I mess with
Gotta
it.
have a board.
Yeah, we
meeting.
need a board meeting. That's what I'm gonna start saying now.
I'm
Board
hollering.
meeting. We need a board meeting.
I ain't on the board.
See, that's what I get. I ain't on that part.
No, I love it. I love it. And it really do have, it has to be trust and respect, you know, to get the family feel, because it's not all easy. It's not all a cakewalk, especially when you're dealing with artists, when you're dealing with creatives. Everybody got their own idea
Ain't
about,
that a fact, right?
yeah, about what they want it to look like. But I feel like you trust him with your vision.
Yeah.
What's
So
really
I said
her
we got the
vision?
same
I'm
goal
just,
in mind.
that's what
for
it is.
sure.
That's
Yeah.
really her
We got the
vision.
same
I'm
goal in
just,
mind for sure.
you know,
He's behind me,
yeah,
100%,
you know.
literally.
So what is your vision? What is your goal? What is the vision that helps you get to?
Be bigger than my city, you know, bigger than the U.S. I'm trying to be for real with this shit. I'm trying to feed my kids forever off it, you know, like let the people hear what I gotta say, not just my people, the people, you know. Think big, you know. You know. That's my mind frame.
So now, what I want you to do is explain something to me today. So we in Kansas, in Minnesota. We was blessed to be able to have y'all here because y'all came for something. What is it that you came for?
Come on, ask him.
Tonight we're here for the music showcase and networking event happening on Westport at the Westport Bowery. We got Rob the Star, Lucy Luciano, Josie Wells, you know, Three Stripes Tay, a few other artists. So we wanted to have a networking party so vendors can come out, sell products, and we get these artists some exposure, and try to get some of these sponsors to come aboard. We got a sponsor, Sacred League, one of the dispensaries locally, to come and sponsor the show to help us get it going. And possibly, if this can go right, we can create a tour for the artists where they can get paid, they can get accommodated, room and board, and we can go from there.
I love it.
Come on.
So, Lou, you on the show tonight, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you coming to the show. Where is it? Where is the show?
Give him the show.
Where is the show?
I said, the show is on
Oh,
Westport
I'm
Bowery.
saying what?
She said she the show.
I know that. I was trying to get her to say it
You might take
loud.
offense to that, you
I
know.
just want to say it loud.
That's my energy,
Van,
though.
Hey,
Van, she say she is the show
If
tonight.
it's the truth,
Yeah, I
if it's
know.
the truth. I don't know what else we're supposed to do.
Anybody who know me, I see me perform, know I come and it's that's what type of time I'm on.
Yeah. She said she the show tonight.
So,
Lucy Luciano.
let's get
Featuring
this out
them.
here too.
I'm just kidding, y'all.
Okay.
Give me your, you know, how can people find your music and find your Instagram handles? Like, come on, shoot us out.
Facebook, Lucy Luciano, Luciano, Lucy, not Lucky. On Instagram, everybody loves Lucy. Body BDY loves LUVS Lucy. And TikTok, everybody loves Lucy.
What?
And
Follow
me,
me, add me.
Go ahead.
Oh, what you talking about?
Okay, you can
What-
follow
what's
me
your
on
music,
Facebook.
though?
Okay.
How do they find your music? What you talking
My
about?
artist name is Lucy Luciano on all platforms. Look me
Okay.
up, and when y'all look me up, y'all won't be disappointed, I promise.
There you go. Okay, come on now.
I'm Alijah Josie Wells. You can find me on Facebook, Alijah Josie Wells, Instagram, Alijah Josie Wells, Twitter, Alijah Josie Wells. Search my company, Hustle Big Incorporated.
There we go. Now that's what I was trying to
Google
get
that,
to.
you'll see all the work I've done.
That's what I want to know about.
And, yeah, so. Yeah.
So now,
Since you
let's
brought it
talk
up.
about, because I was waiting for that to come up.
Yes.
You know, so Hustle Big Incorporated.
Yes.
All right. How did that come about?
Hustle Big came about because I wanted to just start a company where I could just be creative, just do, you know, not just music. So I don't want to call it like a music label. So Hustle Big means the hustle is big. We're going to do as much as we can, from the creative side to the music to the graphics. So, you know, just hustle big. You know what I'm saying? Anything you do should be big. So I've always been a hustler, so just hustle big.
Gotcha.
I love it. When you say graphics, what you mean?
Graphic design, you know, I'm fluent in Adobe, Photoshop, After Effects.
But you doing clothing, flyers,
We do it all.
websites?
Yes, we do flyers, website, clothing, vinyl. Lucy and them got clothes coming, Bang Girls.
You got merch?
Yeah, it's so crazy.
Bang Girls?
I don't wear that shit, yeah.
Okay.
And so, yeah, then my wife owns a clothing design company. So we do it all.
What's that called?
That's called Brady's Creations.
Brady's Creations.
Facebook, Brady's Creations.
Okay.
What's that? Is it gonna be somewhere?
That's what I
I
know.
want
Yeah,
a better
when it
one.
pops up,
Brady's
Yeah.
Creations right in here, you know.
That's what we want to do though. As a team, you want to make sure everybody on your team an entrepreneur. Because if we all got millions, it ain't nothing to put on somebody. Like, you know, if she got $1 million, she can give this person 100,000. I give them 100,000. Now they got $1 million.
Yeah.
So you want to build entrepreneurship in your team, because when everybody eats, it's just a great thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. So tell me, what is one of your favorite memories in music?
In music,
Best for both of y'all. One of your favorite memories in music. I gotta get that.
I think one of my probably highlights that I remember vividly was when I first went to Houston with Flip now.
Okay.
Like seeing how, you know, I was young, so seeing how celebrities live, how artists live, like,
Okay.
you know, how they open up the red carpet, and so that probably was like me going to Houston, coming out of Kansas City. Yeah, it was probably one of the moments like, okay, this shit real, like, you know, I went down, I got elevators in their houses, Benz's, Prowlers, I'm like, they really eating it. Then, you know, promoters come, 20,000 for a show, 15 for a show, they get the money, and so that's when I'm really seeing like, okay, if you can get popping, you can. So that was one of the moments.
This the late 90s?
Yeah.
Late 90s?
2000,
Early 2000s?
99,
Yeah.
2000,
Yeah.
But artists make more money now. If you can get popping, you getting way more than you getting back then. You know, they getting, you know, what, 30,000, 40,000 a show.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I'm trying to
Been there.
remember
What's
it
your
felt like
memory?
at that
You
time.
be up in there. Oh.
What's your
Okay, because it's a lot, so I'm just gonna pick one, y'all. My
Okay.
mixtape release party. Cracking, y'all hear me? What?
Yeah,
Cracking.
mixtape
All my sisters and brothers was there. We was deep. They was all on the stage. We was all on there. It was just good vibes. It turned out like it was supposed to, for it to be my first mixtape, you know?
Okay.
I
loved it
love
there.
that.
That was dope. I ain't gonna
Wait, what's the
lie.
name of the mixtape?
My mixtape is called So Savage.
So Savage.
Yeah,
Can
I
we
just
get
looked
that
this
somewhere?
way.
yeah, that's on
That's on
ReverbNation.com.
Reverb?
Yeah, ReverbNation.com. It's on SoundCloud.
The mixtapes always go hard.
Yeah, because
We
you
gotta
get to
pull up
be
the mixtape.
uncut, raw and uncut, yeah. Yeah, it was a lot of. He was telling me on my album, it was a lot of. I gotta tone it down in my radio, and it's hard, y'all. Cuss a lot.
That's why y'all get the mixtape. If you don't, you know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
gotta do your commercial
Yeah.
stuff.
You do. Especially getting that door.
Yeah, you gotta bridge
Just to
yourself.
get up in that door. Yeah,
Show
you
your
do.
show
You
your
do.
versatility.
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
Right.
and I like that though. Makes you it grows you.
Everything.
Yeah, it does.
Right.
It does.
I don't think it's
I don't
one
mind that at
song
all.
that I ever had to say anything or help her with. Like,
Josie, we in the
She's
studio.
right,
He's
she's
like,
right.
how did you come up with
it
this?
already.
What made you say that?
every day, you know, she'll say
she
stuff. I'll be like,
performs
how you even come up with it? Like, how did your mind even put the
Yeah,
bars together?
yeah.
Like,
Well, I heard a few things. She said a couple of stuff. I said,
Yeah,
I heard
like-
some. I said, oh, you know, I.
Yeah,
Okay,
my
wait a
music's
minute.
a little raunchy too.
Nah, well, it's all good, but then,
Parental
I just said,
advisory.
Yeah.
But very creative, man.
Yeah,
Very
creative to word. So, what's next for Lucy? What's next?
Well, we got my album dropping, videos dropping. Other than that, we shooting for the top, period.
She got a show next week, Superior, Wisconsin, right?
Oh yeah, I do got a show next week at the strip club. Turn us up.
Yeah. So she gonna be
So
on
I didn't want to
Superior
say
next week.
this, you know, I didn't want to say this, but you remind me of Ronnie, but I didn't want to say that.
It's the blind. I'm about to beat you. Y'all can't see who I'm about to beat, but y'all gonna see.
Say that, but you remind me of Ronnie.
That's funny. I know. I don't get that though. That's funny that you gave me that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first time. I usually get a lot of people say I look like a lot of people like Cardi B, Vivica.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know, but I ain't never got Shorty.
You remind me of Ronnie, you know.
It's the essence.
You
It's
know,
okay. I'll be the boss of them.
Alpha.
That's what I said, it's the-
There's money upstairs.
But first
you
of all,
know?
there you
No,
go.
you don't
There's
know
money
about-
upstairs.
But I ain't get paid for this
That
party.
was-
Haven't you?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't no disrespect. That
I
was
ain't
a
taking
good
that
thing.
money at all.
Okay, alright, there we go.
I ain't tripping.
There we go.
I ain't no softy.
Man. So now, this is what I gotta ask this. So I got a few questions. I've been, ever since I knew this was coming, I'm like, yo, I got a couple things I want to make sure I ask. So what I want to ask you, Lucy, is I want to ask you, what made you believe in Josie? Cause see, when you
Easy.
do it,
Josie believed in me. I was a stranger, you know? Like, he told me what he wanted to do, and like I said, there's motherfuckers I've been known forever. Oops, pardon my language. That, you know, ain't do that. You know, like,
okay.
that I
Okay.
know that should do that. You know, like, it's
Right,
just,
okay.
he really messed with me. He really loved what I was doing, and he was like, yeah, we gonna make that work. You know? There's not
Okay.
too many people that are
The
that care.
genuine support and
genuine. That's what it is. You know, like, it's not too many, especially in Minnesota, y'all.
is irreplaceable.
It's rare.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Now, Joseph, I asked you
No
something.
ill intentions, no weird
Oh,
intentions, you know,
like I say, man, I've been doing it a while, so when I see talent, and then like say, you know, there's her life history that she probably didn't say, we get that on the next interview,
Yeah,
the things she grew up, how
I
she,
wanna
and
talk to
so
her about
just
that
like,
a little
you know,
bit.
just like when I see somebody with that passion, it's just like, you know, when you can help people, you should, man. And if it's beneficial for both of y'all, why not? It'll be, to me, it felt like I'd be kind of selfish, like, I know what I know, and she got all this talent, let her walk out the door.
Yeah.
and Josie know a lot.
Right.
That's
so I
what that's
said,
respect.
you know what I mean? So I said, I can't let her walk out the door all this talent. You know, I know, she's a mother. She just, I said, if she can do it, we can make it go.
Yeah.
You know, so, yeah.
So now, Lucy, this is a question I'm asking. I'm tell you why I'm asking. Because one of the things with this platform is to put in front of our community people who look like them, that have been able to overcome obstacles, come through things, you know, but are thriving in a professional manner. And how did they do that? So I'm going to ask you this because I think a lot of times, well, I know a lot of times, I've been working for school district this is my 25th year. And so kids look at us as adults like, oh, you've always been successful. Oh, you're this, oh, you've always been there. They don't know about the struggle or what you had to overcome and how this came. Like, they don't know about that. So they just think that, oh, a lot of times I can't do this because I'm struggling.
Yeah.
This person never struggled. This person's just
Just
there.
got it easy.
I can't, right. And so they need to know and understand, hey, people come through that.
I
So
got
can
it to
you-
fire from Easy, for sure. I said I got it to fire from Easy.
So
for
can
sure.
you talk about some obstacles that you had to
Well, first of
overcome?
all, my brother got killed in '95,
I'm sorry to hear that.
so I was 99. My mom died 3 years later. You know, so like growing up without a mom, that's like the crazy worst. Like couldn't imagine that. You know, like as a kid, I thought my mom was God. I didn't think she could die. You know,
Yeah, no,
like
I
for real, being just being naive to death and life.
Yeah.
You know, at the same time, like I just never thought she could die. So.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, on top of that, then growing up without a mom, it's weird, it's different, you know, like, and if you got a mom, you'll never understand, you know, so it's just hard. And then having kids without a mom is even more difficult, like, you know, like, it's just adding to it, you know. So, like I said, that's why this music shit's my therapy, you know, like, because I don't really talk to many people about my feelings. You know, like I don't go deep. Like if y'all hear my music, I'm talking about shit, but y'all ain't gonna hear me telling y'all my story too obviously, you know, like too deep because I don't really, you know, like talk about my business, what I've been through.
And I understand
but overcoming the stuff I done been through, you know, got me to where I am at right now. And like my niece just passed, literally December 31st, you know? And we ain't no distant family, you know, we grew up all in the same household. That's like my little sister, you know? So like, it just gave me a different outlook on it instead of being like sad and depressed. I'm like, you know, she used to want us to be the best people we could be, you know? So I'm like, you know, I'm gonna take that energy and I'm gonna do everything that I was supposed to be and did, you know? Like, ain't no procrastinating, I'm gonna make this shit work. Make this shit happen for us. So. I don't know, I done been through a lot of shit, y'all. And I'm big on, my pride too big, so I don't ask for help, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, I done been through a lot of stuff that people won't even imagine I've been through or know about, you know? Yeah. But that's what makes me who I am now. That's why I'm so strong and I'm so resilient to a lot of the bullshit, you know? I got shit to do.
Well, we appreciate you opening up.
That's what I said. When y'all said what y'all said, I ain't saw. Y'all can come with it. Like, you know, I done been through some shit that motherfuckers couldn't get through.
Today, so
you know?
I'm learning
You learned something too.
I told you, I don't open up. I can do that,
we
you know? It's a wall.
Yeah.
You know, that's how I get through life with that wall up, you know? My trust is
Thank you.
funny.
We appreciate that because we are dealing with a lot of, it is a whole nother show.
So, I mean, it's a whole nother show.
We are dealing with a lot of youth, like, you know, like I said, I work at the school and I work in the grade school. And we're dealing with youth that are dealing with the exact things that you
and it's different, it's hard to talk about, you know?
And it is.
It's hard.
Very,
I'm dealing with myself.
And to this is what I say all the time. There's one thing to deal with it, learn how to deal with it, but then it's another thing to have to relive it. You know what I mean? And so it's like people trying to get to know you and things.
Yeah,
like,
you
I gotta
do it
relive
a million
it.
times
I relive it, and you know that's
where.
But you know what? I think that's probably what's gonna make it more comfortable. You know,
that's what I was gonna say. Like that's when you.
Because I don't talk about this shit. So if I do talk about it, and then I keep talking about it, you know, then it probably won't be so hard to talk about.
You put the work in to actually heal from not just deal with it, right?
Yeah, because that's two totally different things. Healing and dealing is two totally different things. I've been just dealing with things, you know, like, because it's easier.
There you go.
It's
healing and dealing.
It's that way.
I like that. We gotta hear you say that again. Say that one more time. That's a bar.
For real, dealing and healing is two different things. I'm trying to tell y'all for real, like, it's easier to deal with it. Healing, you gotta go through every step and you gotta go through all those motions.
That's what kill you. And then you try to look yourself in the mirror while you healing from it. Like,
I got kids, like I gotta be strong for my kids, so I don't even like looking sad for my kids, you know. So like
that's why I say it's a whole different show for real, because I mean I think we just don't talk enough about adult trauma. We talk about kids stuff all the time.
This is real now.
What?
Adult trauma. Yeah, we did a show.
Like if I was weak-minded, I'd probably be in jail for like killing someone or something, y'all. You know?
We were
like for real. If I was weak-minded, but I'm strong enough to know, like, you know, I gotta be here. My people love me. You know, like that's gonna be another loss for my people. You know, like, you know, I gotta think big. Literally, that's why I think like I think, because my mom died. I had to think like this all my life. Like,
think for you. We do a lot for other people. If you can heal for you.
That's another thing, y'all. My brother, I got a twin. It's 5 girls and 3 boys, you know what I'm saying? My mom and my dad, we all the same.
Why
you know
is it for you?
I got a boy, that's the thing. That's the thing, I got a boy. It's a boy. Yeah, I got twin brothers.
So how many kids you have?
I got 2 kids. I got a boy and a girl,
A boy and a girl, okay.
Yeah.
And you're a twin?
Yeah.
Wow, I would have never guessed that. So you're
my
a twin,
son is 16 and my daughter 14.
Okay.
So you know.
And so you have a twin brother?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, no, we all close.
Lucy gonna perform tonight, y'all.
Yeah,
man.
I am.
Josie.
I'm excited. Yes. I love being down here. This is my second time down here. Y'all's energy is dope.
Thank you. Yours too.
Thank you very much.
It's welcoming.
Yeah. So I ain't gonna lie. You know, and this is to you. I ain't gonna lie. So Josie told me we talking about this. You know, I've been trying to get this together. And we were supposed to connect in January, it didn't happen. Right. And so when we talk about this, he's like, I'm gonna keep it real. Don't be disappointed. I'm gonna keep it real. So when we talk about my Josie, he's like, man, I'm coming down for the event, mood. He's like, be here. Yo, let's do this. I'm like, okay. He said, I'm bringing Lucy with me. And my first thought was like, Bring up Lucy. What are you talking about? You know, I'm trying to get this interview with you. And so he's like, yo, and I'm like, okay. Then he sends me something. I'm like, yo, man, boo. And I ain't gonna lie. The first day he sent to me, I'm like, I'm trying to get Josie. You know, boom. And so a couple days go by, and I click on this, boom, and I like, oh. Damn, she hard. She said, Jack. I'm like, oh, this is what we talking about. I'm like, okay, I see why he said.
It was a lot of content.
Yeah, it was a lot of content. I'm like, oh, okay, she talked that talk.
Yeah.
Like I said, okay, all right, now I understand what he's saying. So I started doing some more, and then he sent me. So I'm like, okay, great. So now I'm gonna ask you this. This networking event tonight performing.
Okay. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It's coming out tonight. How important is that for artists? Now I want you to talk about the business part of that for our artists.
Artists need to network to build brand awareness for themselves. You know, we ain't got no $1 million budget to be on every station, every TV, you know, every radio ad. So your networking is everything, right? Because it's gonna put you in different perspectives and different walks of life from different people. See, fans are everybody. They the homeowner, they the dispensary guy. Everyone loves music. So networking is always a plus because, like I said, her equity of doing these songs is gonna put her in a position to get the check. And you got to network. A wise man said, never miss opportunities to network with people because one could be life-changing. Yeah. The one you didn't go to could have been that one networking thing to change your life. That one person you met. And so you got to network because, you know, you can't beat laws of attraction. It's going to happen.
I'm glad that you brought her home to network too.
Yeah, I gotta bring her to.
She
really don't know my history here.
Yeah,
like y'all.
Yeah.
So this is kind of new for her too to know. Like, okay, he has done a whole lot. So.
I love it.
Listen, I've been hearing Josie Wells' name since I was way.
No, for real.
Yeah.
He be showing me his category.
Yeah,
he been in the game. I can see it, and then he just knows so much. He's knowledgeable, so I already know. You know, he know what he doing. And he talking about.
So
you gotta go through shit to know the shit.
Yeah. Okay, so we know y'all gotta get ready for the show tonight, so we're gonna end this. But before we end it, I gotta ask each of y'all a question.
Okay.
And I want to end it on this. Now, each of y'all question is different. So when I ask the question to her or to him, don't think that's your question. So, all right, who wants to go first?
Ladies first.
Yeah, ladies go. So I can see what the setup gonna be.
She said, well, your question gonna be totally different. Your question gonna be totally different.
I got it.
You know what I'm saying? You know.
Go ahead, lead the way.
This is the question for you.
Okay.
One of the things, well, first of all, I gotta jump. Before I even say this, I gotta go back to something else. One of the purposes of the Evening Social podcast, other than putting in front of our people, those who are thriving in a professional manner, being able to get exposure out to people who are doing great things. The other part of it is to give oxygen. Most people say flowers, give flowers. We don't give flowers. We're not knocking it. But what we call it, we give oxygen. And oxygen is our way of being able to spread the love, being able to push things, being able to make sure that we breathe life into what you're doing and push you to continue to do the great things that you're doing. Okay. So right now, what we like to do for you, Josie, and for you, Lucy, is to give you this oxygen and just say that you guys are doing great things. We appreciate what y'all doing. And please take this as a breath of life to continue to do what you're doing.
Thank you.
Okay.
And that's reciprocated because y'all go. Y'all go for this too.
Shout out to Jenna TV. Y'all tune in, subscribe right now. What's going on?
Thank you. So now the question to you is this. One thing that Jegna Klub pushes is the mindset, especially for young women, period to anyone, especially young women, that they can become who and what they want. And for them to see women in positions of leadership, power, authority. So if you could right now talk to the 20 seconds, you got the whole world's attention of just young ladies, just young women. What would you say to them to help them understand that no matter what's going on, they can be who and what they want? What would you say to them? Now, before you say that, what I want you to do is, see what camera she got to get into so we can flip to this camera. We on this camera right here? Okay.
This one?
So we got to get to this camera. I want you to look in this camera, and I want you to get at 20 seconds. You know, DJ going to count you down. DJ going to give you a count. Come on, give her a count, DJ. Give her a 3 count, and then you got to count to 20 seconds. Because she only get 20 seconds. All right? And on DJ's count, you give it to the camera.
3, 2, 1.
So I would say, just keep going. Always believe in yourself. Like, you're gonna go through some hard things. You're gonna go through some things that you probably would never think that you could get through, but you can get through it. So I just say keep going, keep striving. Don't leave all the discouragement and all the doubting to everyone around you. Believe in yourself no matter what, you know, because at the end of the day, you are who got to do what you need to do. So just keep going. I feel like there's nothing that can stop me. So
okay, I love it.
All the way up.
you hear me? Drop it. You gotta drop it.
I like it. Now, Josie, your question.
Okay.
All right. The question to you is, I want you to reach back and think about that young Josie who was just getting that studio, who was just finding that love with Uncle record. And I want you to go back to that young Josie right there. But what you know now, and speak to all of our artists, or those who want to be in this profession. Those who want to be in this profession, and tell them how they can get longevity. You got longevity, brother. It ain't very many people that can say they've been in the music industry for 25 plus years. You don't get that. It's a lot of people at major labels don't last that long. You've been in this for 25 plus years and still going. So give them what you would say, I ain't gonna say the key, but something that you would have to help them understand longevity in this business.
Yeah, longevity comes with perseverance. And if you got the love, I tell people, man, everything that I have done, if you young and you want to be great at something, not rich. See, I think people got to understand what love and money is, but to be great, love it. Have the passion. I read so many music books. I went to so many Jack the Rappers and seminars all over the country. I used to hustle up for a Greyhound ticket to go. So have the passion. The passion gonna supersede everything. Passion gonna get you next to people that's gonna believe in you, that's gonna invest in you, that's gonna feed, clothe, whatever they gotta do, because your passion is so great it lights up the room. So just have that passion, that's gonna give you longevity. Sometimes we get discouraged, we get knocked down financially, mentally, emotionally, but always go back to that light that gave you that feeling. And I just think, passion, man. Morgan Freeman still acts. Man, 80 years old. He don't need the money.
Yeah.
So passion is your best friend to any young people out there. Passion will get you next to the people. If you ain't got the money, if you ain't got the resources, your passion will get you next to those people. It's magic. It's the laws of attraction. So passion will put you in the room. That's passion. That's why, because a lot of people don't have passion. So to see someone with passion is very acceptable, very soothing and healing to other people, because they got energy attracts. So passion, man. It's longevity, passion.
Look, okay. Well, man, we appreciate y'all coming through. I gotta reserve the right to either come to Minnesota and have a part 2.
You gotta give us the record release party. We gonna have
You know,
Jegna Klub TV need to be at the record release party.
Okay. Let us know.
Okay.
Y'all gotta be getting on my.
You
Look, y'all
I think we got
y'all
like
stay on
maybe,
my neck.
we got maybe like 2 more songs to tweak and then we can drop it.
And
She
let
got
us
like
know-
15
let us know
songs
which
or
album
something.
we did. Jegna Klub TV is there.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
there.
yeah.
We there.
Y'all come to Minnesota, do the
Come on, man. We want to.
Yeah.
You just let us know when
Do
it
the
is.
record
Because
release
Jegna
party.
Klub TV
We
is
got
there.
y'all.
With Hustle Big Incorporated, we there. We gonna do this
Hated
for
by
that.
many
Lucy
release party.
Luciano. Yeah, there we go. Hated by me. There we there.
I'm ready.
I'm ready too.
Okay.
It's gonna be exciting.
Now, we gonna get out of here because we know y'all got a big evening planned and get to here. We appreciate y'all coming. Don't forget, I am Coach Mo.
And I'm Jabrelle Jenee.
Together, we are Culture Keepers. We love you.
We appreciate you.
And we thank you for being here with us. We cannot thank enough, our community partnerships, especially with this episode being brought to you by Wilson's Pizza and Grill,
Shout out Gary.
Henderson Entertainment,
Shout out Tom.
New Wall Street,
Let's go.
Jegna Klub TV on Roku.
Come on.
Our brand partnerships is Brainiac 91.
I don't got my jacket on.
Comfort with a little bit of style. I'm gonna
Get
help
into
you out.
it.
I'm gonna help you out. Get that up there. There we go.
Wait, y'all see the hang time?
Brainiac 91. Now she wants to switch to the hang
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, Truth Apparel. You know what I'm saying? Like that Truth Apparel, she did. She tried to buy that Truth Apparel. You know what I'm saying? The reason why, you try hard.
I got the diet all day.
Then also, Sleek Vodka. We're going to get y'all a taste of that. That's homegrown right there, Josie.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's wine dye. You know what I'm saying? There you go. That's wine dye
Hey,
right
Sleep,
there.
hit me up. You see I'm pushing it? Hey.
He go. It's there. It's done. It's done. You know what I'm saying? Sleek Vodka. It's a home. All these things is homegrown.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Kansas City owned and public.
Yeah.
It's chocolate vodka. That's Confidence 71.
Confidence, hit us up, man.
Come on, that's
Come
Brent
on.
Doses, my guy.
Furnish the record release party, man. We in there.
Yeah, let's go. Now, also, we gotta get Drip Ultra Pure water. We gotta get Sweeties Teas.
Okay.
Gotta get my man Heartland 180. And you understand why that, when you get your little party, gives you understand that. And then also, can't forget Wavy by PLG. You know what I'm saying? That's there. So we appreciate everyone. Appreciate it here. Appreciate it, tasting
appreciate
flavor
y'all,
with
man.
Andre.
That was so fun.
With the food.
Yeah.
That's lovely, man.
This was fun.
Very lovely. We appreciate it. It was needed, man. Come on, man. All right. Well, we will catch you next week. This is it. I'm Coach Mo.
I'm Jabrelle Jenee. Y'all
Hey, and we out of here. Holla at you.